Hi everybody and welcome back to Crypto Mastery. Again, we're going through the 12 days of the metaverse Christmas. Today we're on day 8 and we are talking about Katana Inu. So this is a really exciting project. I can't wait to kind of share this with you. Before we get started, I will say, as I always do in these videos, this is not financial advice. This is based off my own research and my opinion. And I'm just trying to bring things to you as early as possible, but it is important you do your own research and you invest where you believe the potential is. So let's start taking a look at Katana Inu. So before we move into looking at Katana Inu, what I'd like to say is, if you could hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification, that would be much appreciated. I am going to be trying to release a video every day to bring some crypto investments, some crypto how-tos, and bring that exciting news from the crypto, the GameFi space, the metaverse space to you as a community. So if you can like this channel, you can support this channel, it goes a long way. So let's get into it. So let's take a quick look at what Katana Inu is. So what Katana Inu is, well, they describe it themselves as a PC game with NFT ecosystem, So what they're saying is Katana Inu, we will build a play-to-earn battle royale NFT PC game with an integrated NFT marketplace on layer 2 solution Ethereum. All in-game skins will be an NFT. Now, I'm not usually a huge fan of Ethereum-based games simply because whenever you transact or whether you do something, it's just going to come at a high cost because of the transaction fees that come with transacting anything on the Ethereum network, right? The gas prices are so high. So yeah, I mean, that would be the one downside of this for me. It would have been great if they would have picked like a better ecosystem to release this in. Now, whether that be something like Solana or something else, but I still think it's got a huge promise, right? It seems like it's got a lot of hype. So if you're going based off the social sentiment around this, is that it's got a lot of kind of hype. There's a lot of big players in the mix here. And that's why I'm bringing it to you as one of those 100x pieces, right? It looks really cool. It's got that gameplay style, which is quite different to a lot of the other kind of GameFi things we're seeing coming out. But it's also got the backings and the partnerships that kind of say that it's probably going to be quite successful. Early doors, if not longer term as well. So let's take a quick look at the website first of all. So, the website looks pretty cool. I've obviously put a lot of effort into, this website. We can see they're giving you a snapshot of these like Shiba Inu dog type humanoids here, which will be characters in the game. Obviously, they're playing on two factors here. One is the kind of, the Dogecoin kind of following and so on. And it seems like they're trying to bridge that with GameFi. So they're trying to bring the two together, which kind of makes sense, right? Because you've got the social kind of powerhouse that sits behind some of these meme coins. And then you've got, obviously, the uptrend in the market of GameFi. If you can bring the two together successfully, I guess you're onto a winner, right? So first of all, they're just touching on this sale itself. Now, like with any sale, the amount of scams that I see around is just prolific, right? Even on some of the official channels that some of these launchers have, the scams are so big and so wild, it's crazy. The amount of messages I get randomly around, like transfer money here and we'll give you X 100% extra straight back into your wallet. It's all a scam, right? Do it through an official platform. Go to these places to find out where they're actually going to be launching and make sure you're grabbing a piece of this through an official channel. If something's asking you to transfer some of your funds to some random wallet and you'll expect to receive some of these tokens back, a little bit of a red flag for me. I'd do some more due diligence around that. So yeah, I mean, not great that they actually spelled beware wrong here. I mean, please, check your website spelling. That is pretty bad. But anyway, our first sale is on the 19th of December. And their pre-sales on the 21st of December on Ignition Pad. And then the 23rd of December, this actually starts launching on the Bluezilla exclusive launch pads, right? So basically, Katana Inu has teamed up with Bluezilla, and they've got exclusivity for their launch pads to launch this kind of GameFi product, right? That's a big deal because, as I've said before on a lot of my other stuff, like anything that seems to go near Bluezilla is typically going to be a hot topic, right? We look at MetaPad, MetaVPad recently. I mean, that just went up exponentially. I mean, 37,000+% profits I made off my tiny investment. There's lots of gains to be made, and Bluezilla have a track record of launching some pretty exciting stuff. So this is another thing that kind of, I think, amps this up as we start to look at it. So let's go down. We can see, gaming moon mission. So gaming's our passion. This is why we developed Katana Inu, to serve as a platform to help drive innovation in the gaming sector. With a team of entrepreneurs from Germany, we'll lead a project to create massive value in the cryptocurrency space. Our vision is to develop a modern high-end games that will increase the value of Katana Inu for our community. So I think what they're saying here is, obviously, they're focusing on this battle royale game first of all, but from reading some of the other stuff on this website, it seems like they want this to be an ecosystem of many games. Now, whether that's many gameplay styles within this single kind of style that they're going for originally, or whether that means they are going to be releasing very different games but within the Katana Inu ecosystem, I'm unsure at this stage, but at least for the early doors, they're focusing on this battle royale concept, but with more games on their radar for the future. They explain a little bit about the increase of the gaming sector and markets overall. I think it's interesting to look back and look at the traditional increase in value of the gaming market, and then to say, well, what happens with metaverse and GameFi, right? It's not going to follow the same increase in trend. I think it's going to be an exponential trend with these new markets coming into play. They've got a little bit of a trailer, which is actually fairly cool, right, as a trailer. It looks like they've obviously put quite a bit of time into this, and as I said, when I watched this, it kind of felt like a cross between a ninja game and a Street Fighter game. It seemed pretty cool. So yeah, they've obviously got these characters as they're walking through the street. The Katana Inu little badge thing here. Then this guy comes in, and then here we see a little bit of the kind of gameplay style. Now we'll go through some of the information they've released on their Medium back in October around this. They plan to have more than one gameplay style set up in the game. I think 5 in total. But we can see it feels very much like a Street Fighter-ish game with ninjas and with the Shiba Inu humanoid characters. Looks pretty cool, right? So I do like that. I don't know exactly how all the gameplay styles are going to work yet, but that trailer does look pretty cool. They then released some of their kind of tokenomics around this as well, where they'll all be kind of distributed in terms of numbers. Why the Katana Inu token? So it's about AAA PC game. It's an NFT marketplace, and it's staking and in-game rewards, right? So this is like typical of what we see across a number of different gameplay games. They have their marketplaces, they have their staking and rewards you can get. I guess not necessarily a standout, because a lot of other games that I kind of review on the channel and I see would also class themselves as AAA PC games. But then you've also got the ones that aren't, that are kind of turn-based, card-based games, not really classed as a AAA PC game. They then got their roadmap on here, and I guess the one disappointing thing about the roadmap is that, yes, they've got a bunch of things on here. So they obviously want to release more game trailers. They want to have their private sales, their listings. Then they want to move into game development, game launch, and so on. Then they want to kind of, launch some kind of apps and things. But there's no dates behind this, right? So as a roadmap, It tells me aspirationally what they want to head towards, but it doesn't give a window of when we as a community should expect to see some of this stuff released, right? You know, is number one Q4 2020 2021 this year? I would say probably, given the fact that they're having this sale and stuff this year. And then arguably we could say number two is Q1, Q2, Q3. But it would be nice for them to actually confirm this, because I don't know whether that's the case or not. They then share a little bit around their team. So I think their team consists of like 17 people in total, but I think they've actually just decided to put obviously the head honchos on here, and then they've shared some of their advisors coming from an influencer perspective, a digital assets and NFT background perspective, and blockchain perspective as well. So that's fairly cool, right? If we just move over to their Medium, and again, from a Medium perspective, they've only really put one update on here, and that was back in October the 5th. And this is where they were just going through some information around the game. So it's a battle royale and kind of DeFi together. They're just sharing that they feel like a lot of the games lack kind of depth and quality that are released. They're saying the Katana Inu game comes with different modes, including battle royale, open world, where players can fight and compete to be the last standing, or more competitive 5-on-5 modes with smaller map design. So they've given you a taster of two, I guess, of the modes there. I don't know what the other modes are yet, but it's interesting they're focusing on, again, providing different gameplay styles for different gamers, because not every gamer just wants to go onto the platform and play in one way. We like to have a difference to figure out where we're best at, so we can maximize that side of things. And then again, they just go through some of their kind of tokenomics and so on. So I'd say actually, if I just quickly jump over to their Twitter as well, right? So what I've noticed recently is that since they released their partnership with Bluezilla, they've actually been announcing a lot of other partnerships with venture capitals, right? So R930 Capital here 9 hours ago. Then Stakes Capital 13 hours ago, OIG 18 hours ago. What else have we got here? We Huddle, Too Crazy NFT. I mean, it seems to me that since they've been partnered with Bluezilla for the launch, they've probably connected them with a bunch of other VCs and kind of made those relationships, and they're starting to get further backing. We can see IBC here as well, Master Ventures. So we can see that there's going to be a lot of backing behind this, which says they're going to have a good VC partnership kind of portfolio, along with, the strength of Bluezilla, the concept they've got here, bringing kind of, that meme focus into the GameFi space. This is why I think this is really gonna hit the 100x, right? I do really think you're gonna make a good return on your investment here. For $100, you could be sitting on $10,000 easy. So let's take a quick look at where you can get in on this kind of IDO. So the first sale happens on December 19th, and then from there you're gonna have a pre-sale on December 21st on paid ignition. You're then going to have Bluezilla launch pads happening on the 23rd. I believe the list for this is Game Zone, BSC pad, Tron pad, ETH pad, KCC pad, ADA pad, and NFT Launch. So it's going to be launching on all of the Bluezilla platforms on the 23rd. So that does give you a good spread. If you're on one of these platforms, then you're already going to be able to spot this and get access to it. If not, you've got the opportunity between now and the 23rd to get your crypto for one of these platforms, to stake it, do your KYC and get ready, right? Because they're going to be the requirements. You're going to need to have to hold the tokens. You're going to need to have to stake the tokens you want for your tier. Always recommend the guaranteed tier if you can. And then finally, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to complete KYC. Now, I would get KYC done as soon as possible. Even before you purchase a coin, just kick it off and get ready, because I've experienced KYC done in hours and also days. So if you do end up it being days, you don't want to miss out on this opportunity because you started it late. So get on that straight away. And then Uniswap launch on the 23rd of December. And just some quick information that when you do actually, if you do want to go onto one of these pads and you're thinking, well, what will the trade be for the actual token itself? Well, on BSC pad, you'll be trading in BUSD, the same on Zone, the same on ADA pad, NFTL, which is NFT Launch. ETH pad is obviously going to be Ethereum or Ether. KCC pad will be USDT, and Tron pad will also be USDT. So just make sure you've also got enough of what you need in those cryptos that when it launches on the platform, you're ready just to exchange and get in on the pool. And we can also just take a quick look at what some of these platforms look like in terms of getting in on them now. So Paid Ignition, as I said, that's the first one on the 21st, right? The way Paid Ignition works, I believe, is you need 1,000 Paid Ignition to get one lottery ticket for entry for some of their kind of pre-sales and their launches. Now, to get 1,000 at the moment, you're looking at $684. Now, what happens is for every 1,000 that you hold, you get a ticket. It doesn't work where, for instance, if you were to hold 1,500, you get 1.5 tickets. It doesn't work like that at all. I believe it's just like in 1,000 increments. So if you wanted the chance to have 5 lottery tickets and you wanted like 5,000 of this, then basically you'd be looking around $3,424. Again, I'm raising this because there's no point in buying really like 4,500 because 500 just sat there doing nothing. You either up your investment to 5,000 or you drop it down to 4,000 and save yourself some money. So that's kind of how Paid Ignition works. And again, you have to stake it. You know, you have to do the normal things that these platforms expect that I've mentioned before. You've then got NFT Launch. Again, you need 20,000 NFT Launch in order to invest. So, 20,000 would be around $3,657. So yeah, not a bad investment, but that's the guaranteed tier. That's the lowest tier. They don't actually have a lottery tier on this platform. So you'd have to go straight in at the guaranteed tier. And then you have, Tron pad, Game Zone, and BSC pad. Now, I'm not going to go through all of these because I will drop links down below. I will also put information down below on their tiering systems and how they work. I just quickly wanted to show you like the prices for some of these networks over the past kind of 7 days. So you can see that actually they follow a very similar trend. So if we look at them all, we can see that over from 7 days ago to now, they've actually dropped in price. Some of them have obviously had that cliff fall off, and then they've stabilized. Now, this is to be expected. So why did this happen? So basically, this happened because Meta VPAD, right? So Meta VPAD was a huge launch, a lot of hype, loads of investment. And what some people tend to do is they tend to invest in these launch pads short term. So they'll dump a bunch of money in. They'll obviously go after the IDO. Now, once they've secured the IDO and they've got what they needed, they will unstake and they will transfer that investment to somewhere else, to another IDO that they're chasing, which is why I always recommend investing in an IDO platform that you can potentially leave your money in longer term, because from actually doing that, from unstaking early, I know on Launchpad, for instance, there's, I think, around a 28-day staking period, and if you unstake before that period, I think it's something like 20-25% basically burn on your investment. So you'll lose 20-25% of your investment from unstaking early. Now, you may want to do that because you believe there's more to be gained from getting in on another IDO than you'll lose by staying on this with your investment, but it is risky. So you can see they've all stabilized recently. So I would say that now might be a good time to actually get in on this, and you can see it more clearly here where you had the cliff fall off. So these are the 4 I've chosen to look at. Now, my recommendation, now I do hold NFT Launch, so again, I'll just be open and upfront about that. But the reason I'm holding on to it is that it's quite early. Like, I don't really want to get out of my investment yet. And also, like, when I look at their Telegram, so let me pull in their Telegram that they released recently. So this is the Telegram for NFT Launch, and recently they were mentioning a strategic partnership with MetaVPad. Now, they haven't said what the strategic partnership is, but there's going to be some sort of partnership between NFT Launch and MetaVPad, which is super interesting, right? So I'm actually holding on to NFT Launch because I'm predicting that when this gets announced and we know further details around what the partnership might look like between these two, that we may see a pump in price for NFT Launch as well as MetaVPad, and it might bring more opportunities to the NFT Launch space. So yeah, that's exciting. So I'm going to hold on to it for now based off this being announced but no further details. So there you have it, Katana Inu, another 100x potential. You know, we've got the backing of Bluezilla. We've got all of the VC partnerships that are exponentially starting to kind of roll into this project moving forward. The fact that it's kind of bringing the meme kind of social presence into a GameFi space, I really think there's huge potential here, and I really think it's a solid investment for you to go after, either to make some fast, quick gains where you want to invest, dump, and then move on to something else, or for the longer term as well, right, in terms of investing in this, getting to their first game release, seeing where the platform goes, and then kind of, you know, making that profit more longer term. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and there will be more videos as we lead up to Christmas with some other exciting investments. But in the meantime, have a great day.